Come on, get in here. Get in the chat. Let's go. Come on, let's do it. Get in here. Jordan, Mark, Dwayne. Oh, let me put my glasses here. S2025. Good to see you, S2025. Where have you been, Steven? So you're asking, what am I doing here? Well, I just got notification like literally 30 seconds ago that you now can do live screen share, meaning I can share my screens live with the Substack audience. So I thought, why not give it a shot? I just did the full daily update, which I send out to Lund Loop subscribers Monday through Friday. But there was a little segment of it that I thought was maybe applicable, maybe a broader audience would like to go through it. So I thought I would do that. Hello, Steven. Two Stevens. I've got an Steven and an Stphen. I think one is Stefan. Joe R. We're just going to give some people a second to get in here. By the way, I look super washed out. Like, I don't get it. I'm using the same camera that I use when I do my regular daily update, and I look so young and vibrant and handsome. And here I just look like an albino. I mean, look, I'm the whitest guy on the planet, right? My background, Swedish, Welsh, German, Norwegian, like everything dorky white with no rhythm. That's me. That's why I had to marry a Vietnamese woman to get some ethnicity in my bloodline, but I'm not this white. I swear to God, I'm not, I'm not this white. Eric, good to see you. Jay Kelly. So anyway, let's just run through this real quick. Let's test out this screen sharing thing. So one of the things I talked about on the daily update, which goes out to Lund Loop subscribers, is in the daily update, not on the daily update, in the daily update, is RM. Let's just switch over here to the screen share, shall we? Screen share, and boom, look at that. Now, if you're on mobile, you can only see it in this area, I think, which sucks, but that's your loss. Okay, so let's take a look at the SPX. Let's look where we're at here. It has definitely been very frustrating since we dropped on this day, right? This has been a very choppy type of market, way less forgiving than the market that we had here coming out of tariff gate. And what have we seen during this time? We've seen the software stocks just implode. 20, 30, 40, 50%. We see some of these names are down 75, 80%. We have names like DraftKings, which is not software, but other names that are just getting crushed. We got PayPal crushed. Mag 7's done nothing. Big names in the Mag 7, Tesla, Meta, Microsoft are down. Okay. And yet we are just a stone's throw from all-time highs in the SPX. That's interesting. We've held this level a number of times. We've tested it once, twice, 3, 4. Let's move this over here. 4, 5 times, and we've held this level. Now, yes, we could lose it tomorrow, but we've held it pretty well. What else is going on? Well, 75% of the S&P 500 earnings are done for this quarter. We're through the vast majority of them. And of those, 76% have beat. Okay. So all this stuff has been thrown at the market. We're through the earnings. Well, we're basically through earnings except for NVIDIA. And we're just right off all-time highs. I think the question is, why haven't we broken down? Why haven't we imploded? Couple theories here. Now, let's just be clear about this. We never, ever, ever, double never, ever put one dime of risk capital at risk based upon theories like what I'm going to talk to you about, right? We do everything in the Lund Loop with technical analysis. It is risk first. We're always looking, what could we lose before we say, what could we make? So I don't want you to interpret any of this as me saying, go for it or don't go for it. I just say, let's theorize a little bit. Let's brainstorm. Let's kick some stuff around. And then let's see if it trues up with the technicals. Because when you get a narrative that trues up with the technicals, that's the most powerful. Like, let's say there's this company and they've got this great new product and everyone says it's going to be the greatest thing since sliced bread. That's a great fundamental story. But if the stock is in a downtrend, it doesn't really matter. If you get that great story and you get the technicals that support it, that's awesome. So what we do is we kind of brainstorm, we think about things a little bit, but we make sure that the technicals are in alignment. So let's do a brainstorm. NVIDIA, obviously, market's probably waiting a little bit on NVIDIA next week, but that's a narrow thing. That's a tech thing. The broader market, what could it be waiting on? Well, we've talked about this for a week or so. We're probably going to have some sort of conflict with Iran. Everything that can float apparently is heading over to the Gulf right now. I know some people in the Middle East. Israeli citizens are being told to prepare to know where their shelters are because if we attack Iran, the first thing they'll probably do is send some missiles that way. Iranian citizens are being told to know where their shelters are. So the populace of both countries are getting prepared by the leadership of both countries for a potential conflict. Lots of military hardware is going over there. The word is that possibly by this weekend, there could be something that's happening. Again, why isn't the market falling apart? I mean, it's a fait accompli that something will happen. We don't know what's going to happen, but like, why wouldn't the market be just imploding, breaking support levels, giving it up, so to speak? I think here's a possibility. Remember a year and a half ago when we first launched missiles against Iran and it was after hours. NASDAQ dropped like 450, 500 points. The futures like boom, but then spent the next 7 or 8 hours just getting it all back. Then when we hit the nuclear facilities a few months back, initially there was a shock, but then it came back, right? The market has adapted, I think, to this dynamic. It's like when Trump would first come out with the tariffs way back in the day and the market would freak out and then it would recover and people would go, huh? And then he'd come out with the tariffs again and then it would not drop as much and it would recover. And everyone said, oh, we figured out the whole taco thing. And now the market just shrugs it off when he talks about tariffs. I think that might be what's happening here is that people know something's going to happen in Iran. They know that once it's done and it's over, probably clears the way for the market to go. So there may be a little bit tentative ahead of time. I think the initial fear a year and a half ago was we'd heard for years and generations, like certainly when I grew up, that Iran was this big, bad, Middle Eastern demon. And if we ever go touch it or hit it, it's going to come back 10 times. Well, I think we kind of found out it's a paper tiger. Hasn't really done anything, hasn't been able to do anything. So I think the market could just be waiting a little bit to see what the scope is of this attack, if we do have one. And then once, the missiles are in the air, that's usually when they say, what you sell in anticipation, you buy when the missiles are in the air. By the way, it may seem crass that we're talking about these things in terms of money, especially when there are people's lives at risk. But here's the thing. It's going to happen whether or not we take advantage of it, right? We can't, unfortunately, do anything. So the best thing we can do is try to, maybe take advantage of it. And if you make some money, you make a lot of money off this, donate it to a charity that maybe supports Israeli citizens or Iranian citizens. The point is, our job is to make money, right? Not to make comments or pass judgments on what's going to happen. So having said that, and the fact that the market hasn't broken down, I think that could be a tell. That could be a tell. In the Lund Loop Daily Update, what we would do at this point is we'd actually go through all the individual sectors and ETFs, see how they look technically, and then we will go through a focused watch list of names that I think are ready to trigger, that have the best chance to make us the most money in the next 1 to 3 days or 1 to 3 weeks. That's for paid Lund Loop subscribers. We would love to have you as part of our community. We have an amazing community. I was just saying today in our trading room, we have literally hundreds of years worth of experience and expertise in that trading room. Not just traders, but investors, long-term investors. And it's really a special place to be. So if you think you'd like to be a part of that, or if you think you could contribute to the community in a meaningful way, we would love to have you there. So, all right. So hopefully this live broadcast went well, despite me looking. Well, let me show you one last thing. It's kind of cool, right? If you can see my whole backdrop here, I don't know if you can see the whole thing, but this is a new backdrop. I used to have books behind me. So now I've got bookcases and I've got some pictures and memorabilia, and I'm adding things bit by bit. So today I added this. I think it's kind of cool. Put this up here. So this is a painting of Ray Bones Rodriguez. Those of you of a certain age will know who that is. Ray Bones Rodriguez was one of the original skaters on the Bones Brigade. Bones was one of the first urethane wheels, which was really revolutionary when it came to skating. I was a huge skater. When I was a kid, there were three things I read religiously. Number one, the business section of the paper, because I was a stock market nerd even back then. Number two, Mad Magazine. Number three, Skateboarder Magazine. And I found this awesome picture of Ray doing some sort of inverted move here. By the way, check this out. If you can see this, let's see. Get back in here. He's got a you can't, I don't know if you can tell. He's got a cast on his hand right here. His hand is broken. His wrist is broken. And he's still doing an inverted move off the coping there. One of our neighbors down the street, a gal who's a couple of years older than me, was an artist. And I gave her the picture. I said, can you do a painting of this? It would be so cool. She did it. And I've had it just here and there ever since. And so today it goes in my backdrop. So I'll be adding stuff in the backdrop going forward. And if you become a subscriber, you can see it. Isn't that what you want to do? You want to subscribe to my Substack so you can watch my background develop. Anyway, thanks for watching this live stream. Just trying to have a little fun here, trying to think through some scenarios in the market, kind of be prepared for them. And again, if you want to join our community, we'd love to have you. And that's it. Talk to you later. Bye. If I can figure out how to end this. Oh, it's the end button.